Hello, everyone. My name is Fomalapalli,
And I'm Arjun Gupta.
and we understand that this is a tough time for everyone, but you guys should still definitely be excited because we know a way to make you guys rich. Since today, we are pitching applied materials.
Applied Materials is a global leader in materials engineering solutions that specializes in manufacturing for a number of markets, from wafers to solar cells to the smartphone displays that you guys probably use every single day. Applied is involved in an incredible number of essential industries. Applied has also recently begun doing corporate deals for various teleconferencing and tech symposiums, putting them at every single phase of their industry. In fact, these very online presentations are one example of the limitless applications of semiconductors in today's digital environment. They are always pioneering new designs, and they push the industry forward from research centers, such as the one in the top right corner. And they're always ranked among Fortune World's most admired companies year after year. So we're very excited to see what the future holds for Applied.
As semiconductors are used everywhere, the semiconductor industry is booming, growing over $480 billion in the past 60 years, and is expected to grow another 6% this year alone. An example of this growth is Taiwan Semiconductor, or TSM, which recently released that they're constructing a $10 billion facility in Arizona, and this capital will end up cycling throughout the chip industry. In particular, Applied Materials has a fairly large portion of the total industry, reaching 3.3%, and dominates the semiconductor equipment manufacturing industry with an industry-leading 18.8% market share. Their services also extend to manufacturing displays, optimizing equipment, and automating factories through their Applied Global Services segment. Their grasp on the industry is a direct result of their technological prowess, as they constantly implement newer technologies that they are pioneering, including convoluted neural network applications, rapid thermal processing, and advanced machine learning techniques. Recently, amidst the COVID-19 outbreak, some analysts are predicting that the entire industry might decline by 5 to 15%, though Applied is poised to maintain its revenue with its diverse income streams and continued product development.
So we rank Applied stock as a buy to hold with a 15 to 18-month valuation of 88.33. One factor that went into this valuation is the number of diverse and emerging markets that they supply. For instance, in 2020 quarter one revenue, 8% of this revenue came from display and adjacent markets, and 25% came from Applied Global Services, which are still two relatively untapped markets. Applied essentially has a direct investment in each of their clients, as their client success supports their revenue. Additionally, Applied has a long history of acquiring related organizations, which is emblematic of an expanding business that's poised to take an even more dominant market share in future years. This valuation also accounts for their technological innovation, as Applied's continual focus on research and development proves their commitment to long-term growth over the short-term future. Thus, we believe that all of these factors will boost their future value considerably. So this video here shows the Baccini Pegaso assembly system, which is Applied's revolutionary new method for crafting solar cells. As you can see, their software tracks each cell as it's moved for total product accountability. And this process is a physical example of their so-called monopoly, as their global services division designs the systems that you see here, and their engineering division supplies the required machinery. So thanks to Applied, this right here is the future of solar. Moore's Law, which is a widely accepted theory in the semiconductor industry that computer processing will continue to grow more efficient, is beginning to end. To combat this, Applied is pioneering their new playbook, which will eliminate the need for inefficient cobalt and zinc while revolutionizing chip architecture, such as with their glass packaging system shown to the right. Additionally, the uses of semiconductors have yet to hit a ceiling. In fact, recently, many newer fields, some of which we listed here, have all become viable applications, and Applied is at the forefront of each of these innovations.
The semiconductor industry offers a number of competitors, though Applied holds its ground with an aforementioned 18.8% leading market share. None of their competitors participate in nearly as many sectors as them. KLA Tencor, for example, only takes part in equipment inspection, while Applied operates in display markets, equipment manufacturing, and other similar sectors. Their key differentiator lies in their intensive focus on research and development, as last year alone they spent over $2 billion, or 15% of their yearly revenues, on developing newer tech, such as the new playbook. We want to categorize Applied as a wide moat company, as they operate in large markets with over 20 acquisitions, reaching over $10 billion total. Actually, they're in the process of acquiring Think Silicon as we speak. In addition to these acquisitions, they maintain loyal relationships with customers as well as a large market share, which new entrants just can't compete with. This lays a foundation for the low Porter's forces rating shown in the upper right in the spider chart, as there are few quality substitutes and Applied holds a large bargaining power, as no company can truly match their quality. Also, backwards and forwards integration into their industry are non-factors.
Applied Materials had a 2019 revenue of $14.6 billion and a quarter one EPS of 0.8. Considering the first quarter rebound in revenue and price, we decided to perform multiple valuations to determine exactly how undervalued COVID-19 was left Applied. And while the relative valuation method yielded an intrinsic value per share of 7.2x, DCF model resulted in 6.7, and both outlined a very solid upside potential and a high margin of safety. However, actually, we settled on a targeted PE multiple of 22.6 over the next few years. But despite this positive valuation, we decided that the DCF model was not a reliable source for our short-term target price, which again was 88.33, since that reflects a 7-year growth trend, while our target price reflects the next 15 to 18 months. To help fully explain Applied as a company, I'm going to give a brief technical analysis of their stock price and its biggest historical fluctuations. Applied stock, with ticker AMAT, displays a basic peaking pattern with two large highs in 1999 and 2018, which were caused by the dot-com bubble and industry inflation, respectively. As shown in the middle chart to the right, the investor panic caused by the coronavirus rapidly drove down the price, ending its 2019 rebound. Yet just since we began this report alone, investor confidence has already begun to return, with Applied up $17 from its low in March. Moreover, when comparing Applied to another industry leader, NVIDIA, it's clear that Applied stock, which is shown in the dark blue line, is far more sustainable during crises than basic semiconductor companies, as its manufacturing sector will be very beneficial considering the current economic volatility.
Here are some of the leading revenue drivers. Applied's global outreach plays a major role in their overall profit, with 32% of their revenue last year coming from China alone. Applied's income from Asia is expected to make another 6% jump next year as companies abroad continue to implement newer applications. As mentioned, Applied's willingness to spend on new technologies allows them to consistently be first to market. As seen on the chart to the upper right in blue, Applied's research and development budget is annually higher than that of their rivals, ensuring future growth. Additionally, Applied's customer-first mentality offers a valuable intangible asset, as it helps them build a trust between their clients that new competitors simply cannot match. They offer field service engineers, for example, whose unique services help establish relationships, leading to reorders and brand loyalty. Moreover, Applied Materials' diverse income allows for more immunity to some of the regular market fluctuations, as no individual market trend can control that year's income. However, we still need to take into account some of the risks involved as well. The cyclicality of the semiconductor industry and the fluctuating demand for chip-embedded products leads to inconsistent revenues, and Applied will have to expand other industry holdings to maintain a steady income. Furthermore, the sheer size of the industry presents a major obstacle to Applied, as they're forced to constantly seek competitive advantages. In addition, Applied's vast product line makes them susceptible to smaller, more specialized competitors who can slowly eat away at their market share. Finally, the international future of the industry is in question amidst all the political turmoil in recent years, such as the tariff wars and the COVID-19 outbreak, as almost all industries are struggling to maintain consistent demand and revenues.
So after speaking digitally with Applied's head of investor relations, Jay Iyer, on behalf of Applied's CFO, Dan Dern, we gained lots of insight into the company's priorities. For instance, Mr. Iyer and Mr. Dern told us that their focus on R&D is a result of their belief in ensuring future growth over short-term success, as they believe this to be a key principle that will differentiate Applied in the long run.
As previously mentioned, the COVID-19 outbreak has naturally shaken investor confidence, but due to Applied's diverse business structure and the importance of semiconductors in this digital era, they're poised to maintain a good position.
Also, he explained to us how, although their competitors sometimes report higher EPS or PE ratios, Applied's diverse market shares makes them less susceptible to yearly fluctuation, establishing a more consistent growth pattern instead.
And finally, Mr. Iyer attributed much of the company's previous success to the assortment of industries that Applied is involved with, as he stated that they always benefit from the growth of their clients.
Applied Materials is led by CEO Gary Dickerson, who's had 35 years of experience in the semiconductor field at the helm of Varian Semiconductors, and his unique planning and execution has earned him a spot as one of Varian's world's best CEOs 3 years running. Alongside his senior VP, Gino Adiago, another proven figure in the semiconductor field, Applied continues to reshape the industry as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you.